This is TWiT.
Let's talk a bit about accessing extensions, what we can do before we dig into our favorites. So if you're on your phone, and of course the process is very similar if you are using your iPad, and a little bit different if you're on your Mac, but this is iOS today after all, so we'll figure it out here together. Now, it used to be that you could get to the Safari settings pretty easily if we're sort of diving down into menus, but first and foremost, understand that there's a search bar at the bottom, and you can just type in Safari if you want to. But let me show you the long way. So if we scroll all the way down to the bottom, we'll see the section marked Apps in the settings. And then on the right side, there is a set of letters, the alphabet, if you could believe it. And if we take our finger and we place it on there and we just swipe down until we get to S, then we can pretty quickly find Safari. We tap on Safari and we scroll down until we get to the extensions section, and that's under General. We tap on extensions and boom, here we can see the list of extensions that are either installed as extensions or are part of an app that does other things that also have some sort of Safari extension built in. Now, I can scroll down. This is what I want to show you. First and foremost, actually, let me mention that these are the extensions that I currently have active or inactive on the device. And let's tap into this one called Focused Work. It tells me what the app is called. It also happens to be called Focused Work. It gives me a description about this extension, and it then also lets me allow or disallow the extension and shows me the permissions therein. So at any time, you can get to this page and you can turn off extensions. I have a secret, though. It's a lot easier to disable extensions a different way. Yeah, if you can believe it. And we'll talk about that soon. But scrolling all the way down to the bottom now, we've got this option, well, near to the bottom, we've got this option that says share across devices. This is important because what this will do is it allows for you to sync with other devices that also have this toggle turned on to say, yes, I want the extensions that I have on one device that are enabled or disabled to be the same as the extensions that I have on other devices, enabled or disabled. And if at any time you don't want that happening, I find this is something that I like them to share across iOS, but I don't want macOS to be part of it. And so that's something to be mindful of. It also has this whole list of annoying recommendations that I very rarely find helpful. But the thing that I really wanted to show you all is that, again, you heard me, I kept saying scroll down all the way to the very bottom. Now we're here. Down at the very bottom is the best button ever, which is the More Extensions button. This takes us right to a page within the App Store devoted entirely to your Safari extensions. So from here, you can see the extensions that Apple suggests as sort of essential. You can see the top free extensions. You'll notice that many of these top free extensions come from apps, and then top paid extensions are underneath that. So being able to get to that page from this screen is very simple to do. So between disabling or enabling extensions, changing permissions for those extensions, and sharing across devices, those are all the options that you have in there. Now, it's important to understand something when it comes to extensions. An extension, by its very nature, particularly extensions that make changes to a page, are going to need to have some level of access to that page. So there will be a permissions requirement involved. So if you have something that sort of changes the CSS of the page, meaning that it changes the look and feel of the page, that is something that needs to be able to see what you are it's not really like, it's kind of, it doesn't necessarily mean that it is seeing and taking in what you are browsing, but it needs to be able to have access to what you are browsing in order to go, okay, I can see what I am able to adjust and then make those adjustments. So just be mindful of that when you are using extensions, that it does need to have pretty hefty access to your browsing experience. And therefore, I always recommend at least perusing some privacy policies or some, hopefully the site will have, sort of a summary of its privacy policy just to get an understanding of what kind of data is being collected, if there is any, and how that, would impact you. Hey, if you're enjoying this little bit of iOS today, well, you can check out the full episode. You can head to the website, twit.tv/iOS, or watch the full show right here on YouTube. All you got to do is click that link below.